knew then her future was not going to be very bright, bruh. Now, a lot of people was kind of surprised by this. I'm not, because I know, you know what I'm saying? What she did to Caitlin Clark was completely unnecessary. And I'm here to tell you guys, she's living with that decision today because she is without a job.
Chennedy Carter's career implosion is a case study in bad decisions and worse timing. The moment she shoved Caitlin Clark, she didn't just commit a foul, she sent her own career into freefall. Let's be real. The Chicago Sky didn't even hesitate to cut her loose. No qualifying offer. No contract. Just an express ticket to unemployment. Some might say it was just a shove, but here's the truth. Carter didn't just push Clark, she pushed herself off a cliff. 3 teams. 0
Breaking news hot off the press. It looked like the push that was heard around the world has cost WNBA player Chennedy Carter her career.
She's out of chances. When Chicago Sky assistant coach Tyler Marsh held a press conference, he talked about Angel Reese. He talked about Cardoso. But Carter? Not a single mention. That silence spoke.
When Tyler Marsh did the press conference, he talked about Angel Reese, he talked about Cardoso, who I think is going to be a star in the WNBA, but he did not really mention Chennedy Carter at all, and that raised a lot of eyebrows.
Seriously, what did she think was going to happen? You don't just shove the face of the WNBA, the league's biggest star, and expect to walk away unscathed. Caitlin Clark is bringing record-breaking viewership, TV deals, and money into the league. And Carter? She just turned herself into the most radioactive free agent in the WNBA. Teams aren't just hesitant, they're running the other way. #### the moment that changed everything. The Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever matchup was already intense. Clark was dominating as usual, and Carter? She was getting cooked. And then, out of nowhere, she snapped. That shove wasn't just a hard foul. It was an impulsive meltdown in front of a national audience. She shoved Clark, barked an expletive, and stormed off, cementing her place on every WNBA team's do not sign list. One scout who was courtside didn't hold back. I've never seen anything like it. It wasn't just the push, it was the energy behind it. You could see the frustration boiling over. That's not what we want in this league. Clark's reaction made the moment even more unforgettable. She stood there, stunned, confused, and completely unfazed. Later, Clark admitted, for a second, time stood still. I felt the shove and thought, wow. Really? And that's the problem for Carter. This wasn't just a heated moment, it became a defining moment. Calling someone the B-word, winding up for a cheap shot, then standing over them and taunting them after.
To put her filthy thug hands on WNBA player Caitlin Clark.
That's 3 separate technical fouls in one play. And the worst part? No apology. No remorse ***. That's what sealed her fate. The crowd didn't just boo. They turned on Chennedy Carter louder than they had all night. Every single person in that arena knew exactly what they had just witnessed. And it wasn't just the fans taking notice. WNBA scouts, executives, and some of the biggest decision-makers in the sport were watching this disaster unfold in real time. And their reaction? Not good. That was a Bush League play, and it needs to be addressed, one scout said. That was a flagrant foul, completely unnecessary.
We're calling someone the B-word while literally freaking winding up for a cheap shot. Yeah, that has to be taken into account. And then, after the cheap shot, staring over and saying something before walking away. Like, you can't give... Like, that is 3 separate technical foul cases.
We want players who can handle pressure and be role models. Carter showed the exact opposite. That's not someone you want leading your franchise. Let's be honest, Carter didn't just shove Caitlin Clark. She shoved her own career off a cliff. And at this point, it's unclear if anyone is willing to catch her on the way down. After that cheap shot, Carter had a golden opportunity to do some damage control. She could have taken responsibility, apologized, or at least acknowledged what happened.
You're jealous. That was a Bush League play, and it needs to be addressed. That was a flagrant foul. That was unnecessary. Flagrant, anything deemed to be unnecessary. I need somebody to explain to me why was that necessary.
She doubled down, shrugged it off, and flat out denied everything. I didn't say anything, she told reporters, refusing to answer questions about the incident. No remorse. No accountability. Just pure denial. Did she really think ignoring the problem would make it disappear? Spoiler alert, it didn't. In fact, it made things worse. Some might argue that talent should outweigh attitude. But guess what? It doesn't. Not when you burn bridges left and right. And the Chicago Sky made that crystal clear with their latest move. In an official statement, the team praised Carter's talent but made it clear she was no longer part of their plans. Chennedy Carter had an incredible season for us last year. She's extremely talented and impacts the game at the highest level.
She turned to you a little bit after the fever
I
score.
answered no Caitlin Clark questions.
Did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything. That's enough.
Kind of on the play before bumping in with Caitlin.
As y'all heard there, man, Chennedy Carter let it be known she was not answering any Caitlin Clark questions. And I'm telling you right now, she probably wish she should have, because she's without a job.
However, we've made changes to our staff and roster, and those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team. Translation? She's out. And that's not all. Carter's closest ally on the team, Angel Reese, just unfollowed her on social media. And in today's world, that's the digital equivalent of slamming the door in someone's face. But it gets even worse. Sources say multiple teammates were pushing for Carter to be gone before next season even started. When your own locker room turns against you, it's game over. And the final gut punch? The Sky didn't just bench Carter.
Had an incredible season for us last year. But in a statement provided by the Chicago Times, she's extremely talented and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level. In our league, we absolutely appreciate what she did for our team last year. However, we've made changes to our staff and will make changes to our rosters. Those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team, so we wanted to give her the best opportunity as a free agent.
Fine contract, making her an unrestricted free agent. That's almost unheard of in the WNBA. You don't just let one of your top scorers walk away for nothing, unless there's a major issue behind the scenes. So why did all of this happen? Because Caitlin Clark isn't just another player, she's the biggest asset the WNBA has ever had. She's drawing record-breaking crowds, boosting TV ratings, and potentially securing the largest collective bargaining agreement in league history. And Carter? She picked a fight with the wrong player. By shoving Clark, she may have shoved herself right out of the WNBA. Now, Carter is an unrestricted free agent, supposedly still valuable. So teams should be lining up to sign her, right? Wrong. One WNBA executive didn't hold back. We wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. This isn't just a bad take on social media. This is coming straight from league insiders. Teams aren't just hesitant. They want nothing to do with her. And here's the kicker. The Chicago Sky had a hidden contract clause that made it ridiculously easy to cut ties with Carter. This wasn't a standard fine for missing practice clause. This was a built-in escape hatch. They saw the writing on the wall long before the rest of us. So the million-dollar question,